Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. So, y'all, I am here with a vision. In this vision, I saw someone genuinely having a conversation with a person about something that they were going through with another person. In reality, trying to get some advice. In reality, asking them for help. And instead of being real and helping them, instead of giving them genuine advice, they give them fake advice and then turn around and call the person that they were asking for advice for and, relay to them the conversation. Might even be a situation where they were recording, okay, this conversation, this private conversation. And the sad thing about the vision is the the conversation that was had, it was somebody like genuinely asking for help. This is someone that literally needed some kind of advice. And this is someone that should have been on this person's side, not the other person's side, like a family member or a friend. And, it's really sad, whoever you are, that this person would stoop to such a level that, they don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you win to such an extent. They want to build up some kind of rift, like some kind of anguish towards you. They want to build up hatred towards you. They want to build up problems in your life. And instead of them genuinely helping you, they would prefer to build up whatever kind of nonsense that they can. Let me get a scripture. The scripture comes from John 5 and 10. So the Jews said to the man, "It is the Sabbath day, and it is not lawful for you to pick up your mat and walk." So here's what God is saying. Whoever you are, you have been healed from whatever relationship, friendship, situation, job, whatever this was. It was meant to be like a pharaoh over you. This is someone that was meant to control you. This is someone that was meant to cause you sorrows. This is someone that was meant to cause you heartache, pain. This is someone that was meant to keep you under somebody's thumb. This may have been a situation where this person who you are talking to about the problems you are having, that you are facing, is in fact the person that puts you in that position in the first place. Now, it's not to say that they knew everything that would happen. They may not have known some of the skeletons in this person's closet. They may not have known the way that this person would treat you 100%. So I'm being reminded of the movie Medea's Family Reunion, when the mom ended up, somehow she ended up hooking up her daughter with the guy that she was engaged to. And she hooked her daughter up with him because she knew he was wealthy, and that while he had been doing backhand business with her, allowing her to go into her daughter's, I think it was like a trust fund or something like that. But she knew that he had money to take care of her daughter, and that he also had no problem taking care of her. Okay. And it's kind of like, while she was, in a sense, it's kind of like she was trying to look out for her daughter, and she was also looking out more so for herself. But, she didn't know that he was abusive, and that once that they would be engaged, he would start abusing her the way that he was. But, at the same time, when her daughter spoke to her about what he was doing to her and how he was treating her, she basically told her, you need to figure out what you're doing to cause him to abuse you and go back. Okay, figure out a way to make him happy. Figure out a way. And in reality, she wasn't doing nothing. He was just abusive. He was just like crazy. Okay. And it's not to say that it's like that exact situation, but I'm being reminded of that movie, like where it could be a situation where someone is like, maybe they are receiving some kind of benefits from you getting a certain job. Like if they are someone that like employment agency, and how if you go to a certain job that you have received through an employment agency, they receive financial, they might receive some kind of finances on the back end from that company. And it could cause problems for them if you get to that job. And once you get to that job, there's something going on with the job, and you realize that it's not really up to your fit, like it doesn't fit you the way that you thought it would, or they don't treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, or they have some kind of practices you don't agree, whatever it is. It could be a situation like how like a physician that is getting money, like they receive incentives for prescribing certain medications. You start taking a medication and you realize that you're allergic to something that's in it, or you start looking at the what it's made of and you don't really agree with that. You would prefer a more natural way, or you find out that there is a natural way or something like that, and you're asking your doctor, why didn't you prescribe this to me? Why didn't you? God is saying this is some kind of situation where, and it could even be, to see when somebody hooks you up with somebody, regardless if they did it openly, like they openly pushed you, like they introduced you to this person. And, after introducing you to this person, you end up in a relationship with them. Y'all start getting serious and they start mistreating you, regardless if they are abusive or if they are like hypocrites. And I feel like a hypocritical cheater, like this person is constantly cheating on you, but they're constantly trying to act as if they are doing nothing wrong and you're causing all the problems. And, it's kind of like they are basically, someone is acting as if it is all your fault. It's kind of like everybody is turning against you and acting like you are wrong, because how dare you realize that your person is spending more time with other people than they are with you, or they are spending more time, trying to be intimate with other people. They're more worried about other people's welfare and their well-being than they are with you and your welfare and your well-being. Or they are constantly cheating on you, or they are constantly abusing you. How dare you realize that you deserve to be with someone that is going to treat you the way you deserve to be treated. And you are basically in a position to where you're backed into the corner, and just like in the scripture, this man was trying to get to the water by himself, but he couldn't make it, because every time he would get ready to go towards the water, someone else would come in front of him and go ahead of him, and nobody wanted to help him get into the water. And, people were enjoying basically sitting back and watching him. Nobody wanted to help him. This is a situation, you were in this abusive relationship, or you were in this toxic work environment. You were dealing with things that you don't deserve to deal with, while other people were standing back, laughing, mocking. They thought it was funny to see you in that predicament. And when God touched you, when Jesus touched you, moved the veil from your eyes and showed you what was going on around you, and you got up and walked away, now everybody is like, oh, how dare she, how dare he realize this? How dare she say these things? How dare they see this? And how dare they notice this? And how dare they this? How dare they that? God said they're trying to treat you as if you're the bad guy, while in reality, you are the one that has been done wrong. Like, instead of someone trying to find you someone that will be more of your fit, you know what I'm saying? They try to push you off on someone that's not your fit. And even in reality, it's not as if this is not a situation where it's like you are just this evil, wicked witch of the West, because you realize that you and that person are not equally yoked. You realize that person was more of a counterfeit to you. And you decide that there are people that break up for smaller reasons. There are people that break up for simple stuff. There are people that break up over nothing, let alone the problems that you saw in that relationship. You have all rights to feel how you feel. You have all rights to file complaints. And it's like, I don't feel like you're making a complaint, like you're literally going, like for somebody, you might be in a position, like, especially if this is an abusive relationship, you might be in a position where you are literally being pushed to where you will force, like your hand is being forced to where you will have to file a complaint against this person. And people are trying to make it seem like you're bad, you're awful, you're terrible, because how dare you protect yourself in a position where no one else was willing to protect you. You're in a position where nobody else was willing to help you. You were in a position where everybody thought it was funny to see you going through it. God said he himself came forth and pulled you up out of it. You were in a position where you were working very hard, but everybody else was laughing about the fact everybody else was making way more than you. They thought it was funny that they were paying everybody all this amount, but they didn't want to pay you what you asked for. Not only did they not want to pay you what you asked for, they gaslit you and made you feel like you were crazy for asking that. And when God revealed to you that you are worth more than what was offered to you, and you decided to pick up your mat and walk, now everybody's looking at you and, oh, such and such, they just think they too much. And oh, such, they done did this, that, and the third. And I don't know what got into them. And I don't know this. And this is not a situation where you are wrong here. You have every right to feel the way that you do. You know the logic. Anybody who is in a position where they are working very hard and they are not being paid the amount that they deserve to be paid would surely look into finding a different job. You're not wrong for this. There are people that look for different jobs for smaller reasons. There are people that will prefer to work somewhere closer to their house. There are people that will look for a different job because they are, it could be little bitty stuff that people will do, little life changes where people will decide. They could be just simply getting in arguments with the boss every time. And they say, you know what, I can't take this no more. Well, that's low-key a big reason. But y'all know what I'm saying. Like, people, it could be a situation where someone, they will be more open and agreeable with someone that decides they're going to stop working somewhere because they don't like the colors of the uniform than you, and the valid reason that you had not to work there anymore. And the reason that they are so angry and upset with you is because they were benefiting in some shape, form, or fashion from you working there. They were benefiting in some shape, form, or fashion from you doing whatever it is. If this was from that relationship, they were benefiting somehow. But at the same time, while they were benefiting, they found it funny that you were suffering. Even going back to the scripture, while this man was laying there and he couldn't get to the water, other people took advantage of the fact that he was having a hard time getting to the water and went around him. And they got angry that he didn't have to get to the water in order to get up. And for somebody, you don't, whatever this is, you don't really have to be attached to it to receive any benefits. Like, regardless if it's a relationship, you weren't receiving the benefits of this relationship. You were not receiving any monetary benefits. You weren't receiving, like, whatever it was that this person got off of, that they were receiving, whatever benefits, you didn't see it. The job, it wasn't a situation where you were seeing a portion of the money that, like, the company, or if someone referred you, or whatever referral fee that you didn't get any of that. You didn't receive these benefits. Just like when the prescription type thing, like, you wouldn't receive. These are benefits that you didn't receive. You didn't receive it, nor do you need it. You don't need it. God said, and it angered the person that was like trying to force you into this, because they realized that you didn't need that relationship. You didn't even need that job. You didn't even need, like, whatever it was, you did not physically need it. There were other opportunities that God had for you. And for some of you, God is saying these opportunities were put on standby for you specifically because he already saw what was going to happen before it even happened. For some of you, this was just a lesson for you. You know, be careful next time. You know, it doesn't mean that you will never have a relationship. Even like, you know, even if you are traumatized from that relationship, I just feel like this is someone you're going to go through your healing process. Even with the job situation, you will go through a healing process with that as well. God is saying he already had a different opportunity for you. And you are okay at this point. And it's like you are confused as to why there is someone that you talk to them about this situation. You may talk to them in a sense and you're like, why did you hook me up with such and such? Why did you send me to that job? Why would you give me this? Why would you say that I should take this? Why would you say, like, it could even be a situation where someone, you told someone something you had going on and they gave you a prescription or they told you some kind of medicine that you could take and you realized that it wasn't helping. It was actually causing problems. Like, and this person doesn't want to be in a position to where you are basically confronting them about this, or you're asking them about this, or, you know, even if it's a situation where you don't realize it, this message is to let you know this is why you're trying to talk to this person and you're trying to get advice. You are legit trying to get advice. You are legit trying to get a shoulder to lean on. You are not receiving it because in reality, they were receiving benefits from you being in that predicament. And for some of them, the only benefit that they were receiving from you being in that predicament, as sad as it is, as quiet as it's kept, is them being able to laugh at you and feel as though they are better than you. And you not being in that predicament, it's like you are able to focus on what God has for you. And, you know, in some cases, this is a person like you may have left that job and you then started your own business and your business is doing good. You may then left that relationship and you are so focused on yourself. Everything is blossoming. You know, like everything is going up for you. OK, you are getting everything in alignment for what your next chapter in life. You are like really building yourself up in a way that you couldn't do in that relationship because of the abuse, because of the cheating, because of the lies, because of the harassment and whatever else you had to deal with while you were in that toxic environment. You cannot build yourself up the way that you can while you are single, while you are healing, while you are just completely, I just feel like in the midst of God, and you are not receiving the support that you thought you would. And that's why, okay, someone was benefiting off of seeing you in that position, in that predicament, okay? I said positionment, okay? Position/predicament. Someone was benefiting off of this. God is saying that, you know, even if someone is doing something where they are trying to go back and spill the beans and talk about the conversation that you had with them, you have all rights to say everything that you said. You have all rights to seek advice. I'm pretty sure, okay, 9 out of 10, the person that you are in a relationship with, I can't even say I'm pretty sure. It is a fact that they are getting advice from other people because they are literally listening to your conversations, your private conversations, talking to someone that you didn't even know that they talked to. They are getting the advice that you should be getting, okay? But the advice they're getting is how they would be able to, you know, capture you again and, you know, punish you because how dare you leave and how dare you do this and how dare you do that and how dare you say this. They have probably said worse about you. The only difference is the people that they're talking to enjoyed seeing you in that position, in that predicament. So they are trying to help them get you back under their thumb. But God says, no, Okay? They're trying to act like you are sinning. You're doing something wrong by following what God instructed you to do. God said, Jesus said, pick up your mat and walk. Period. There's like it don't matter who records what. It don't matter who turn around and go and spread this lie, that lie, and the third. God said it's not even gonna touch you. It doesn't even matter because He said what He said about that situation. When He showed you what He wanted to show you. He revealed to you the truth because you deserve to know the truth. He revealed to you that He had better for you because you deserve better than what you were receiving. God said He is not a man that He shall lie, and He is not going to stand in the way of you being in a position to where you are basically being misled, mistreated. You don't deserve that. And, don't worry about what anybody has to say. I just feel like for someone, it causes you anxiety. It may cause you sadness. It may cause you frustration because you are trying to figure out why someone that should be on your team is going against you. God said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Some people are just messy. Some people are just bored, okay? It could be where someone is bored and they want to stir up mess in your life because they are bored. But in reality, the pot that they stirring up and all the stuff that they throwing in there, it don't even affect you because it's not a pot that you're going to eat from. You know what I'm saying? This is a situation where you realized what was going on, you chunked the deuce and you kept it pushing. And this person is trying to stir this pot so that if you go back to the pot, like if you go back and you get a bowl, okay, if you go and get a bowl from the pot, then now you're going to have to deal with the consequences. But in reality, God has revealed certain things to you so that there will be no reason for you to go back to the pot in the first place. God has already gave you something to eat. This person is trying to make you feel as though you should be punished because you are not eating from over there. But God gave you something to eat. You already full. Why? Why would you need to go back over there and deal with that? It's like this person is they are trying to put it in a position to where you would have even more of a headache over there, but you have already been released from that. This is a door that God has already shut and locked. This is a door that's already shut. There is literally no reason for you to go back over there dealing with the nonsense anyways. And that's what God says to somebody. They are basically, this is like someone trying to go before you, okay? This is someone that thinks that you're going to go back to that job. You're going to need that job. They're thinking that you're going to have to go back to that relationship. They're thinking that you're going to have to go back to taking whatever medications. But God has already put something new in front of you. God already has something else for you. God has already made provisions. Just like they're trying to go before you, God has already went before them. God said what they doing don't even matter. Don't even worry yourself with that. Don't even stress yourself about that. Stress for what? God has already handled this situation. God has already dealt with it. It won't even touch you. Whatever they talking about don't matter. They can't even try to come at you and make you feel guilty for anything that you said because one, it's all facts. For two, you have all right to feel how you feel and express how you feel because guess what? They are surely expressing how they feel. They surely have feelings towards you as well. And, last but not least, they are literally going behind your back and talking to somebody that you should be able to confide in. So they can't even come to you and say, I heard this, I heard that. You would be able to know deliberately exactly who they heard that from. Before they even finish their sentence of saying, I can't believe you said this, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you are talking to people that you, what's going on? Not only would you be able to go and check them, but also the person that told them that information. That part. And that's the message. God said, don't even worry about that. Somebody's trying to make you feel guilty and you are not You are the defender, not the you're not the you're the how do I say it? Not the defender. You're the person that everything has happened to. You are the, is it offense? Yeah, you're the offense. You're the person that everything is happening to you. I don't know. I may be saying it wrong. I am not a lawyer, okay? But okay, FYI, I am not a lawyer. But you are basically, nor about somebody that is recent, like always in court or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you are the person that everything has happened to you. You are the person that is the. You're the innocent you're the innocent person in this situation. You are the party that people are coming against. You have all right to defend yourself. You have all right to say your side of a story. You have all rights to feel how you feel. And this is like a situation where you are dealing with people ganging up on you, trying to make you feel bad. And the only reason they're ganging up with this person trying to make you feel bad is because they like seeing this person mistreat you. God said you ain't got to deal with that, nor do you have to deal with them. They can, baby, God said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Let them record. Let them go ahead. You have all right to say what you have to say. You have all right to feel how you have to feel. Like it's something. Basically, these are people that's trying to make you feel like you don't have an outlet and you can't express yourself. So let me tell you about a story how I'm gonna say I'm gonna say how I feel. I am going to say how I will. I am going to express myself and I am going to say how I feel. Ain't nobody finna make me sit down and be quiet and not say how I feel, because I have a right to feel how I feel. I have a right to, I just feel like God is saying someone is trying to mock you. Someone is trying to make you feel like you don't have the right. And we all have the human right to have feelings. We all have feelings. We are all human. And this is like an attack on you mentally. Because if you are feeling as though you can't express yourself and you have nobody to talk to, that can make you go into a depression. God said it don't matter if they do run and tell something to somebody. That's their business. If they feel like they just got to run and tell everything. But if you are feeling as though you got all this stuff about it, go ahead and let it out. You have all rights to feel how you feel. And they know good and well they did you wrong. So if they upset about it and they mad about it, maybe they should sit down and think about how they treated you. Maybe they should sit down and think about what they did wrong. Maybe they should change their actions. Maybe they should turn around and think about, maybe I'm doing something wrong and I should stop doing things that are wrong and do what is right. They don't want to do that. They want to try to make you out to be wrong. God said you have all rights to express yourself. You have all rights to seek to have somebody to talk to. We are naturally talkative people. Like, we are naturally social. This is natural. Even an introvert is naturally social in some shape, form, or fashion. We're not going to be out trying to sit and talk to people for hours and being surrounded by thousands of people every day, all day. And nah. But you have all rights to express how you feel. And the same person that did you dirty, 9 out of 10, and I can say once again, this is a fact, that they are going around and they're talking about you to other people, because they're going as so far as to talk to people that you should be able to talk to about your feelings, and they're trying to turn it around and twist it to where they are innocent in this situation. They are not innocent. They are guilty. God said he showed you this for a reason. You have all rights to feel how you feel. You have all rights to express yourself. This is not a situation where you are being messy. This is a situation where you literally need somebody to talk to. If you have gone through traumatizing, as if this person done traumatized you in a relationship, you done been traumatized by the job. Your feelings are hurt by how they treated you on that job. You were dealing with people bullying you and harassing you. You have all rights to feel as though you need somebody to talk to. And if that person that you talk to want to go and tell it and they want to spread lie, oh, well, too bad. You can't worry about that. But you have all rights to say how you feel. You have all rights to express your emotion. You have all rights to express your sadness. You have all rights to express your anger. And you have all rights to say, you know what, I'm going to be by myself. Or you know what, I'm going to get another job. Or you know what, I don't even need that job. You have all rights to say however you feel, because that's how you feel. And you best believe the person that did you wrong is doing the same thing, if not worse. That's the message. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.